My name is Lessick, and this is Podcast for Life. Good. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel Lessick. This is first. What I have to do is give you all my apologies. We have scheduled Stephanie Mills, who wanted to celebrate her 2 years recovery by helping being an inspiration to others. Um, I'm not sure what, but she is pretty much a no-show. And uh, somewhat concerned. So, with that being said, uh, I guess what we'll do is we will take the uh, opportunity to talk about addiction in general. I want to thank everybody that's watching um, and listening on many of the platforms that we're on, especially Get Vocal and Patreon and Facebook, which we should be streaming live at this point. Um, if you're on one of the other platforms and we're streaming live, please feel free to call in at any time at 606-622-76. And my phone line is open now. So feel free to call with questions or whatever you like. All right. First of all, let's go ahead and explain what addiction is. Okay. Addiction is the desire for something that overrides the common sense desire to not want to hurt yourself. Um, most addictions are unhealthy. Most addictions are uh, pretty much take over your life and your better judgment. Um, pretty much, you can be addicted to anything. You can be addicted to drugs, which is a big problem. You can be addicted to food. You can be addicted to sex. You can be addicted to gambling. You know, pretty much, you name it, you can be addicted to it. Um, and addiction knows no bounds as far as socioeconomic status or maturity or age, gender, uh, status, race. You know, addiction hits all of us. You know, alcoholism is a common addiction that comes to mind as well. And the thing is anytime that you're addicted to something, your drive is to get that thing ahead of everything else, ahead of food, ahead of support, ahead of socialization. And in more extreme cases, addiction can lead to antisocial behavior such as stealing, um, assault, uh, burglary, robbery, uh, anything you can do to get to what it is that you're addicted to, you're going to do. Um, generally, most addictions are bad, but one addiction I can think of, well, I don't know if you can call it an addiction, but one thing that is an overriding concern, and it's based on survival, is breathing. I'm not sure if you call that. If you don't breathe, you die. With an addiction, it feels like if you don't get what you need, you're gonna die. And that is how people approach satisfying their addictions. The only way out of addiction that I know about is truly is abstinence. Um, now the thing is we also have 12-step programs out there that seem to work, you know, but they also stress abstinence. But what they do is allow you to step down, and what you need to do is step down your addictive behavior in order to conquer it. And basically, what it is you use less and less and less and less of it until you don't need it anymore. Um, with proper support, with proper, done properly, it can be successful. And there are many successful ways to beat addiction. Uh, some people, addiction of smoking, for example. Some people can just lay them down and then they don't pick them up again. And many people have been successful doing that. Uh, However, when it comes to drugs, sometimes if you try to just lay them down, that might actually be hurting you. And uh, you actually need to step it down over time. And when you get to the point that you really don't need it anymore, that you beat the addiction, uh, and you enter into the stage called recovery. Now, there are pretty much 5 stages to recovery, from being totally overwhelmed to moving beyond. And the thing is, we progress from stage to stage, and we, if we do relapse along the way, we can relapse to any point in the recovery journey. But when you're at the point where you're moving beyond, that is pretty much where you got life. You're handling your problems, and you're no longer disabled. Your illness or addiction or whatever. Um, how do people become addicted? Well, let's take my experience. Okay, when I was about 12 years old, I was introduced to smoking, and I've been smoking ever since. And the thing is that is an addiction that's hard to beat. And I got to confess, I haven't beaten it yet. But the thing is there's a lot worse addictions out there. Um, Smoking, such as it is, it's losing favor, it's losing uh, acceptance, but yeah, it is still an acceptable and legal activity, and like I said, addiction is almost always bad, but the thing is at least with smoking and drinking, most people don't go out, steal, kill, and destroy to get it. Um, with smoking and drinking, a lot of times, if you can't afford it, and that spurs you to start thinking about quitting, and that spurs you on to take the steps necessary in order to uh, beat the addiction. And this is anybody that's struggling with addiction and and they're coming into recovery. I need to congratulate you. The effort yields its own results, and the effort is worth it. It's well worth it because it gets you your life back. Um, Anytime you surrender yourself to an addiction, to whatever it is that you're addicted to, you lose control of your life. And the thing is when you gain back that control, then you have a greater sense of liberty and freedom. And the thing is that isn't that what life is all about? Is living in freedom, living in liberty, being able to take care of yourself, being able to take care of your family, being able to take care of others. Now, anybody that's out there that is suffering from addiction or knows somebody that's suffering from addiction, the the thing is you need to find out if they're ready to accept help. And if they are ready to accept help, there is help out there. Many community mental health centers have uh, addiction centers. Uh, Hospitals have a list of providers. There are many uh, psychiatrists that deal only with addiction. There are many addiction centers. Um, there's even Suboxone clinics, for the more extreme cases. But I would suggest that you go either to a community mental health center, a hospital, or see your doctor, or go to one of these specialty, that where they specialize in addiction. Um, Myself as a certified peer support specialist, I deal with some people who are addicted, but their mental health issues are paramount, and what they are is they're dually diagnosed. Um, I help them along with their addiction from the paradigm of abstinence. Um, but the thing is there are some, uh, every once in a while, I'll get a client that has an addiction problems, and the skills that they need in beating their addiction are beyond mine. So generally, I just hook them up with uh, a substance use peer support and uh, let them work their magic. And like I said, my specialty is serious mental illness. So uh, although I know quite a bit about the drug use, the I'm willing to admit that I don't know it all, and I know enough to where I can tell where somebody needs more than the expertise I have to offer in the area. So I'm not afraid to somebody that where it'll be a better fit, where it be a better uh, where they be able to get better care. You know, um, there's some that I get referred to, and we got a perfect fit, and I appreciate those. I have a lot of success stories behind because of that. So yeah, thinking about it, yeah, this is supposed to be Stephanie's celebration, and I guess I'm turning it into my own. Uh, Once again, if you wish to call in, what we can do is we can do a call in show at this period. So if you're listening to me live, it is right now. It is 4:47, 4:45, quarter to five. Yeah, let's turn it over to you guys and let's see what y'all want to talk about. That number is 606 622 7667. My phone line is open and I'm ready to receive your calls. And as soon as we get somebody calling in, then yeah, we'll see where our conversation will lead. And again, I'm sorry we had a late start today, and I was really hoping that we would have a good program today. I was really hoping that we were going to help Stephanie celebrate her 2 years of sobriety, 2 years of recovery, and maybe someday we will. Hopefully Stephanie will be willing to call me up and would, and then we can might be able to reschedule a later date. So that would be good, and I would really enjoy that. And once again, the phone number is 606-622-7667. And I don't see anybody on Get Vocal, but if you're on Get Vocal, uh, there should be a link where you can get on the air, and we can chat, or you can use the chat window. And again, I appreciate y'all listening. I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate every single one of you. If you're watching and listening on Patreon, I appreciate you supporting me. During September, we're waiving the subscription fees, but starting October 1st, I would appreciate, I would like to see 50 people support me on Patreon. If I had 50 people supporting me on Patreon, then that would make it worthwhile for me to keep my show on the air, and it would show that I'm making some headway and influence. Um, if you're on another podcast, please, if you can, like and rate. I'd appreciate a 5-star rating, but whatever you think uh, would be good. I do want to have honest input. Also on Patreon, I do have some Patreon only polls, and I would appreciate you all going through those and voting on them and allowing me to kind of get a little bit of insight into who y'all are. Uh, and like I said, we're accepting phone, and the number is 622-606-622-7667. Okay, some of my other projects. Um, one of my other projects is I'm organizing the Southeastern affiliate for NAMI Kentucky. That's National Alliance for Mental Illness. And what you can do is go on the internet, check it out at NAMIKentucky.org. And I appreciate you. We're holding the second Thursday of the month. We're holding our informational, and we're holding them on Microsoft Teams. Um, the thing is if they got it up on NAMI Kentucky website, it should have my email on there. You just go ahead and email me at daniel.esick@outlook.com, and I'll make sure I send you a link, get you in the room. We'll present NAMI to you, see if you'd like to join, and then we'll go from there. Also, as a community resource, the first, third, and fifth Thursday of the month, we're holding connections meetings. And again, send me an email at daniel.esick at outlook.com. Uh, and I'll make sure I send you back a link and get you into the Connections meeting. Uh, Connections is free of charge, and I would look forward to you know, seeing you all in there. And what Connections is basically a support group. And like I said, it's free of charge. You just come in, and it's a safe place to talk, and everything we talk about is confidential. And Microsoft Teams has the connection end to end encrypted. So we're proud. Pretty much, we're private enough. Um, you know, I don't believe anything's gonna get out. Everybody agrees to hold everything in confidence. So, and again, no matter where you're listening to my podcast, I thank you for your support and encouragement. I appreciate you continuing to listen from week to week. And our guest up today, I wish you would have. It would have really been a fun time, and I have worked very hard to bring together what I need. Um, and let me uh, give special thanks to those who have subscribed to my channel on Vocal. We have Vikas, Vikas, and we have Don, and we have Kathy, and we have Anthony. And I appreciate y'all subscribing to the channel, and we also have Bobby. Okay, great, and I thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I thank you for subscribing to Podcast for Life. And basically, I'm hoping to take this from week to week to bring you the best information possible, the best information that I can, um, on a variety of subjects, on whatever interests you, whatever interests me, whatever interests us, where we have a meeting place. Some weeks we'll have current events, some weeks we'll have politics, some weeks we'll have commentary, some weeks we'll have interviews. And there's quite a bit, and the thing is we can always open phone sessions, and I appreciate y'all. Now the thing is I'm gonna, as soon as we got a late start, I can take it a little extra time. So if you'd still like to call in, that's 606-622-7667. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. We'll just leave it open to the phone line, and we'll leave it open to whomever will. Um, and again, that's for those listening live. And I know I'm dying here, but I guess I'm doing okay for being so ill prepared. Because I was really expecting and looking forward to Stephanie being here, but I guess when I do guest hosts, I need to also prepare an episode to be able to do it by myself in case they don't show up or they cancel at the last minute. So, but I think we're doing pretty good though. This is our third week. Um, my first week, if you wish to go back to our previous episodes, you're more than welcome to do that, and I'm keeping them on file so that you can get to them. Um, and like I said, I appreciate y'all's patronage. I appreciate y'all's support and encouragement. I take a look at my new subscribers. I take a look at my new people. I take a look at the people who are in my audience, and I am seeing growth, uh, and I do appreciate it. The more growth we have, the more support we get, the more we'll be able to do. So if you find my content interesting, informative, and you might want more of it, please help support me in my endeavors. Uh, well, I have no problem devoting more time. I have no problem devoting more time to my podcast. If y'all want me to. But the thing is I do need to make a living, and I make a small living doing peer support. Um, I'm trying to pay my bills, but I need to try to monetize as much of my time as I can. And as we all do, you know, we all need to make sure we get our bills paid and our expenses taken care of. And yeah, it's hard to just shell out money and then not get anything back in return. But when you don't get anything back in return, take a look and see how much enjoyment you had in the doing of it, and that tells you if you're that will tell you if what you're doing is worthwhile. If you can have some job satisfaction, and if you have satisfaction in what you're doing, and you do it in love, as unto the Lord, as unto God, you can't go wrong. And making good decisions for yourself, making good decisions for your family. That's how we get through life. And there's a lot of stuff going on the political front, and I could sit there and be just like everybody else and rail against it. But the thing is, what I'd like to do is I would like to support people in spite of it. Um, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be concentrating more on how do we get through life despite the problems that crop up, and what is it do we need to look out for, and what is it do we need to do to preserve our liberty and our freedom and our way of life, and how in today's world can we try to keep our traditions alive. um, and yeah, a lot of these questions I'm working on the answers to, and as I get the answers, I'll share them with you. And I'm working on it. I'm working on the research. And again, my apologies to you today for being so ill prepared. Uh, I was expecting a guest host, not prepared for that, but I did not prepare for going on my own. And as an ad lib, you know, we have about a half hour show today, because we got started a half an hour late. And I'm sorry we started so late, but uh, yeah, at least we got a half hour recording on this. And I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all listening. And I appreciate y'all for hearing me out. And may God bless you. And we'll see you next Saturday at 4 o'clock right here on Get Vocal or on Patreon. or on Castbox, wherever you listen to your my podcast. Uh, don't forget, rate my program and support me if you can, as you're able to. And may God bless your week. May God bless each day. May God continue to give you breath to live. This is Podcast for Life, and let's try to make it a good one. God bless you.